Hey, Melissa here. Now, channeling has been something that's really helped me break through so many restrictions that we see, especially in the spiritual industry. And today I want to talk to you about some of the life hacks for channeling, if it's channeling is something that you really want to do, some of the things to help you prepare yourself, some of the things that you need, and yeah, how to make the most of this practice. So, let's start first of all with the question of psychic protection. And am I safe to channel? This is probably the question that I get asked like the most. And I'd love to bust some myths around here. Now, when we are doing if we think about what channeling is, it's opening up to another energy. Of course, what we want to do is have some safeguards in place because quite frankly, we don't want to just be open to anything and everything that comes through because we do live in a dualistic universe, and we have access to all sorts of things. And as I've discussed on some of the previous episodes, we are wired quite often to tune into the fear, into the heavier energies, really just to keep us safe. So what we want to do is actually prepare our energy and really get very clear in our intentions of who and what we are going to be connecting into. Because for me, my experience is that when we are doing this for the betterment of self, for the betterment of humanity, to bring through wisdom, to bring through guidance, to bring through healing, the energetics that we're going to be connecting to are of a really high frequency. And so the best thing that we can do is enhance our enhance our energy body, enhance our field so that we can ensure that we are feeling vibrant, we are at a high vibration. Isn't it interesting? Vibrant and vibration are come from the same word. So we want to feel vibrant. We want to raise our vibration so that the energetics that we're bringing into us are those that are going to be helpful. Now, for me, this is a lot more helpful than, for example, feeling like we have to protect ourselves against, because for me, that's not my truth. I've certainly tried that tried that route. And what I found actually is if I am coming from that space of love, if I am coming from that space of the reason why I am doing this is so that we can evolve, so that we can grow, so that we can bring more love in. And what I'm intending to connect to is the love of the universe. We don't need to protect ourselves out of fear. What we do want to do is really raise that energetic. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, we do really want to take care of our physical body, because when we are channeling, we as humans are, if you like, of a slower vibration than spirit. We have this physical matter in this physical body, and this is why you can see me, because I have form, and so naturally we are slower and we are lower, if you like, in vibration. Okay, and when we're connecting in with spirit, we're connecting into a higher frequency, and it can have the toll on our body. So really what we want to do is hydrate. Sounds really boring, but hydration is key, as demonstrated, because I realize I haven't hydrated before this call. So we really want to hydrate. And as you can see, for me, I have crystal water. This is garnet in here, and I keep my water on sacred geometry, and I also use like space dots to change the frequency and the vibration of water. I use clean water. It's going to lift my frequency, it's going to lift my vibration. And what it means is that when I'm bringing through these different energetics, I can acclimatize to them more easily. Also, now this is just a suggestion, it's not something that is necessary, but I certainly find this helpful. If we eat before we're going to be doing some big channel, if we eat lighter, more vibrant food that's filled with light, so I grow some herbs, like just some really simple herbs, for example, in my garden, and I place them in my food, good protein, veggies, fruit, anything that feels light in your body is going to help. Now, it's not necessary. Like, I've certainly channeled in the past, after the day after the night before, and having eaten various things, but it just seems to be easier. It takes less toll on the body, should we say, if you are very conscious about what it is that you are bringing through and bringing into your body. Now, another note on that, it can be where they say we are what we eat. What I really enjoy doing, especially if I know I'm going to be doing this like a lot, is I might bring some channel into my food. So I might bring the energy of gratitude. I might bring the energy of high vibration, of love, of nourishment into my food just through a blessing, through some Reiki. If I'm doing this, through some Reiki, I might stir the Reiki symbols into my food. But just kind of imagining this high vibration coming in and through the body and into the food, and bringing some gratitude for this food being on my plate and coming into the body, and even telling my cells, communicating with my cells to absorb the nutrients and to help me feel good while I'm eating it, can all really help in the assimilation of the food and of the energy in our body. So that can be a super useful tip. I'm just going to pause for a second as I take a little break. It's like Spirit was like, you're talking about hydration, and now I suddenly feel thirsty. Actually, when you're doing this work, you don't want to feel thirsty. You want to be hydrated enough that you don't even feel that, because by then it's already, you're already dehydrated. So electrolytes, all these things, these are all really good and helpful for you. So just take care of yourself physically, because it can take a toll on the body. Now, what else do I love to do? So really what we want to think about is increasing our power, increasing our energy bodies. So I love using tools. I love a tool. So it might be crystal. Some of the crystals I enjoy to use. This is a Lemurian quartz, one of my master crystals. I love working with this. Labradorite is also a really good crystal to use. Selenite can be a really nice crystal. You can see that the light that's on there, it's really nice, high frequency cleansing crystal. Or something like celestite. It's got celestite and labradorite just over here. They can all be really nice crystals. There's others that you can use, and I will encourage you to go within and feel what's right for you, because crystals actually all have a slightly different effect on us. So these are just some of my favorites. And what we can do is simply hold it. They've shown now, and you can do tests with things like your pendulum, that if you're holding a quartz, it actually increases your energy field. So you can hold this with that intention. For me, I find it very grounding. I find that, again, it increases the frequency that I'm holding. And I don't know, there's a reassurance, I think, of having that weight in your hands. So crystals can be super helpful when you're working with channeled energy. Now we want our energy body to be zingy. So some people really enjoy working with sacred smoke. I always have some sage or incense or Palo Santo with me. Now, whenever we're working with these tools, you want to make sure that they are ethically sourced, of course, because the wood in itself is, and the sage and the incense are going to hold that vibration, and that's what you're bringing into your energy field. So do check where you are, where you're getting things from, and we're bringing it through into our field to let go of any stagnation, to let go of any electromagnetic fog that might be sitting in there, to let go of any egregorous energy that we might have picked up through other connections, through being out in the supermarket or whatever. And I also really enjoy using things like specialized sprays. These are from Angelic Celestial Colors. And these are really lovely. I can link you to Amanda. We've got the Rainbow Array here, the pure white light, which is always my preference when I'm working with protective energy, which I'll speak about in a minute. And this is the earth spray, which really helps ground down. These three are a really cool combination, but it doesn't have to be anything special. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. Oh, that just smells so good. But so anything that you have that can help clean and protect and connect your energies, I'm gonna advocate for. Why I like using these is these were formed with intention. I do sometimes make my own, and you can certainly do that with essential oils if that feels good, with crystals, with frequencies, or just with intention. Rainwater, go to a chalice or something if that feels right for you. And so we're using these not to put our trust in an outside source, but to consciously, there's that word again, to consciously raise the frequency of what it is that we are, of what it is that we're doing. We're taking back that control, we're taking back that power. And then working on the concept that our power is our greatest protection. Our power, our strength, our sovereignty is our greatest protection, because we do have free will. We do have access to all sorts of different frequencies, and it's what we allow and what we think of and what we resonate the most with that we're going to bring in and bring through. And so what we want to do is increase the power that we are holding, and our own energy body is our greatest form of protection. So how do we do this? How I love to do this, maybe using the sprays or the crystals as an enhancer, but essentially you're bringing through the bright white light. You're bringing through the bright white light, or you're bringing through the golden ray, if that feels better for you. Bringing it down and bringing it through your body and calling on the highest form of power that you know, the highest frequency that you know, or your highest self. And then you want to call upon Mother Earth, Mama Gaia. She is our protector. She is the great mother. She gives us everything that we need as human species, and create that connection above and below so that we become this conduit. With electricity, that when we're plugged in, we need to be earthed, and we need to be plugged in, and we need to be turned on in order for this, for the electricity circuit to move. It's the same with us. So we want to connect in above, we want to connect in below, and then really coming into the frequencies in the body and just imagining our light coming and shining out. We call it in mediumship circles sitting in the power. That's how I was taught it, but I prefer to say sitting in my power, sitting in my strength, and knowing that I hold this sovereignty over my body, that I am, as I learned through Kyle Gray, that I am the keeper of my mind and body. And so as I dial that up, that is sending this frequency that I am open to love, that I am open to spirit, and that I am opening to the highest frequencies that are available to me. And that I am this current, and that anything that then I'm connecting to is going to be resonant with that. There's no fear there. There's nothing telling me that I need to hide or I need to dim my light, because my truth is when there was a few moments where I wasn't so confident in what it was that I'm connecting to, and I started to come and approach this through this what if, and what I found then, I was dimming my light, and then I was more on the resonance scale of those very things that I didn't want to connect to. And so for me, and through my vast experience in bringing through these energies and working with other people who also did the same, the best thing we can do is dial ourselves up, get our energy body like it's an energy circuit coming through the earth and up into our higher self and coming through and all the way around, and then bringing through the energy, the frequency that we like. Now, this is something that I practice myself, and it's never failed me. And because sometimes people speak about, well, why would you go and call upon an angel or a guide or whatever when we can go directly to source? And I understand the concept of that. And so how I work with that is I'm coming in, I'm coming through, and I'm coming into my highest self. Like that's my first point of call. I'm like, right, I'm connecting into my highest self, because my highest self is like, I'm its best interest, right? And then through my higher self, if I'm bringing through an angelic or through a guide, or a star being that's coming in through that, then it's like I'm bringing through the highest self of then the angelic, the the star being, or even in mediumship aspects, even, you know, with past loved ones, even through the animal kingdom, even through whatever it is that I'm bringing. If I'm coming in through my higher self and then bringing it back down through that and asking for the right guides, the right wisdom keepers to come through that, I'd love for you to try that, because that for me seems to work really well, especially if you're listening to this and you're a medium. I'd love if you tried that to see the difference in energetics that's coming through. Now, one thing that's really helped me with that is working with the holy fire energy. The holy fire energy is a Reiki, is an evolution of a Sui Reiki, and I have found that the holy fire does give that highest aspects. They speak about coming through the high heavens. Do not worry if you're not attuned. There are other ways, but if you are and you're listening to this, then you have that extra juju. So what are we doing? We're keeping our physical body light and bright. We are connecting with our energy body, and we're using whatever tools, if you like, your imagination is just as good, but if you love a tool, we're using whatever tools we like to bring through, and to clean and to enhance and to dial up our energy body. We're connecting in with all that is the highest wisdom that's available to us, and the energetic of Mother Earth, so that we're creating this frequency. And then as we are coming, we're bringing the energy through, we're connecting in with our higher self, and then asking for the guides, the angels, the loved ones, whatever it is, to come through from there. Then when we're done, again, do we need to shut down? Maybe you do, because actually what happens when we're doing this work is we become more sensitive. Whatever we do after our channeling, we are like more sensitive. So if you are listening to the most beautiful piece of music afterwards, or you're going for a walk in nature, or you're going for a bath, or, you know, you're having some beautiful time with a loved one, those experiences are going to be enhanced. If you come out of channeling and you're going straight into the supermarket, then, you know, or you go straight into something heavy, then that your sensitivity is dialed up, so you're going to feel it more. So it completely depends on what it is that you're doing. Now, for me, again, I don't like to shut down, but also I don't want to always be this vibrant, woo, look at me. And so there's a balance to happen there. So again, I can leave that up to you, but you want to just bring the consciousness and bring the intention back to you. And then saying something like, I am, again, I don't like the word closed down, but I am vibrating at a level that's right for me now. I'm still connected to the frequency of love. I'm still connected to the frequency of my guides. Yet I am acting appropriately. I am sensing appropriately. Now, some people like to use the visualization of a dial. So I'm dialing up, and I've been showing that I'm dialing up my frequency, and now I'm just dialing it down and dialing it back up a bit. For you, maybe you like the idea of a cloak, especially if you're super sensitive and you're going somewhere that requires that. One of my favorite things to do is just to drink more water and then go and get my feet on the earth. And then what I might do is take my crystal and just kind of stroke down my energy. So it's just bringing everything back in and back to me. So essentially, what you want to do is like bring it back rather than close it down. So those are my top tips on how to begin to channel safely. I would love to know what you think about that. Any aha moments, any perspective shifts, anything that you're going to take on from that, I'd love to know. Come and let us know in the Conscious Channel Telegram group, or you can leave a comment right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening once again. I have been Melissa Amos, coming to you from the Conscious Channel. I will see you all very soon. Bye for now.